how'd that go?
Well, we were pretty conservative as far as the play calling. I tried to keep it simple to make sure we could play fast, and there was no need to get off the script, so to speak, as far as blitzing and things like that. So I was happy for some of the turnovers we had. Unfortunately, some of them came back, but overall, I think we played a pretty good game.
What would you say were like maybe the things that stuck out most to you?
Well, the 2 interceptions, obviously. We take them back and we get penalties on both of them. That stuck out a little bit, but just the overall performance of how they played as a team. I think they played together, and we didn't have too many mental mistakes, I don't believe. I'll have to look at the tape to find that out. But overall, you start looking at the game plan and how it worked. It was pretty conservative, and it worked out.
When it comes down to the newcomers, to the new faces, probably more in the secondary than the front seven.
Right.
In light of that, how did you feel the secondary played in the season opener?
Well, I don't know how many yards they got passing. We didn't give up a touchdown or too many long balls. That's the major thing that I talked about all week, and I talked to you guys about it. So I'll have to look at the tape to see who all played extremely well, but I think as a group and a unit, they played good.
It had to be a positive sign because you played mostly nickel, and you had 2 of your maybe top 5 or 6 defensive backs off the field.
Correct.
Out for the game.
Well, I think what happened is, they played a lot of 11, which is 3 wide, so we played a lot of nickel. So that was a whole game plan, really. I don't know how many times they got in 12 personnel. I think we had about 55 snaps, so when that's all said and done, I bet you at least 50 of them was nickel. So gives us a chance to see what we did as far as some of the game plan, as far as the routes they ran and things like that. They didn't run the ball well. We stopped the run, so we contained the quarterback, and again, we didn't give up any vertical games, so that's always good.
I mean, before watching the film, what have you learned, you think, so far from the defense? I know it's only week 1, but what have you learned so far?
That they played together, and that was good. And they give up no big plays, and we got a few turnovers. So yeah, that was good.
Donnie, Merlin, he's lighter and leaner for sure, and flying around out there, it seemed to me. So what do you say about just a guy like that coming back, dedicating himself and doing that?
Well, as far as the dedication part, he has done that. As far as how he played, again, I'd have to check the tape. But, like I said, it was encouraging to see us play as a unit more than anything. We've been beating up each other for how many months? 6, 7 months. And then we had a chance to play those guys, and we didn't beat them up, so to speak, but we played good as a unit.
Playing against another team for the first time in a while and under the big lights, did anyone surprise you in how they played tonight?
I'd have to look at the tape because I had my head down most of the time trying to make sure that I stayed on the script and things worked out the way they did.
Herm talked a lot about coming into this week about just kind of turning any anxiety that you have into a positive.
Yeah.
So did you feel like the group was kind of even keeled and had a good demeanor about them?
Well, you know what, and it's interesting you guys say that because I've been on them all week about how to play hard and all that. And I think this morning we had a meeting, defensive meeting, and I loosened up a little bit. And everybody had fun, me dancing around with them and told them, hey, let's just go play and have fun. And they were all excited because they saw me lose too, so it was good.
Because you wanted to have good energy, but then you wanted to carry over to.
I've been on them all week about playing them. And I hadn't smiled much this week, and they knew it. I didn't want to let down, but then this morning after what we call our little clap session, I brought them all together, and I loosened up and told them, hey, let's have fun. And I smiled, and they smiled, and everybody was happy.
What was your dancing like?
I don't mean I danced. I got in the middle of them and broke them. I didn't dance.
There's obviously teaching points from every game, but do you believe teaching points are easier to come across after a win versus a loss?
Well, you got to find out the mistakes first. And once you find out the mistakes, then you can go back and correct those, or like I say, try to give them directions to show them how to do it better the next time. So absolutely, you always find things that you can say, hey, I need to improve on after a win. And after a loss, you see it too. But everybody seems to be a little bit happier after a win.